Yeah, definitely. And once again, Eric Hubbs from Barstool Sports, Yankee reporter. We will be breaking down the upcoming Yankee season, and like you just heard from him, he has a new podcast called The Short Porch, which covers everything about the New York Yankees. So, uh, I have to ask you this one: why exactly did the Yankees sign Neil Walker, especially knowing the Yankees have such a great depth minor league organization and system, and especially I can understand why the Yankees did that, especially putting Gleyber Torres at the AAA level yesterday.
Yeah, well, I thought the Gleyber move was pretty much the most expected thing ever. I mean, if you're shocked by that move, you haven't been watching spring training or any of that. He's clearly just not ready. He's inside his own head a little bit. He's pressing, and there's no rush. There's no rush for him to come up to the majors right now. It'll only kind of make things worse. So what you got to go back to AAA, and he's got to get his head back together, and he's got to start mashing. Once he did, he'll come right back up. He will absolutely be on this roster within the next couple of months. It's just he doesn't need to be right now. Neil Walker was kind of a no-brainer signing when you really look at it, 48 hours after the fact. He got for $5 million. He's a veteran second baseman who can play first too, which will also come into play with our issues behind backing up first base all last year with Chris Carter, the disaster. So it's nice to have another guy there. He got 801 OPS last year. He's got pop. He's a left. He's a switch hitter, which also helps. And obviously with the switch hitters, you need the left side, and he's better at that. With the Yankees short porch. No pun intended in my podcast, but I think he's going to be a great fit. And it's very important to have him come on for as cheap as he did. I know they had their eye on him for a while, but the price tag was too high, and he didn't get a lot of offers from any other team, and it was just the perfect fit. So I'm very happy with him.
Definitely. One player that is not making a lot of improvements, or he had another bad start today, Chance Adams. What's next for Chance Adams?
It's tough because this was really going to be his stage to prove he could be a starter. And it is spring training. You can't take these stats really into full account. But, I mean, when you got an 11 ERA and every time you're out there you're giving up runs, it's bad luck. So it's tough. So he's going to go back to the minors. And I think we'll probably see him at some point this year in the majors just as a reliever, not a starter. One important that we have 5 very, very good starters, I think. They form a very good rotation in the American League. And I don't know if his stuff actually does translate to being a starter. Maybe he's just more effective as a reliever. That seems to be the overall consensus within the organization, and that's why he wasn't called up last year when people wanted him to, when he was dominating AAA and AA. Maybe he's a trade piece, but it does not look like a starting role is in his future.
What is the importance of CC Sabathia to this Yankee team?
Hopefully not as much as it was last year, because last year he used the stopper, and following the loss, he was incredible. I think he was 9 or 10 and 1. And now, hopefully Tanaka doesn't start out as terrible as he did last year, and hopefully Sonny Gray gets deeper in these games and pitches more consistently, and he doesn't have to be the stopper, and he can just settle into a fourth starting role where he has to go 5 or 6 innings, he gives us 3 runs, and that's totally fine every time. It's very tough to expect with, especially at the age 37, with his knees. If we can expect a full season again, I feel like that's a lot to ask for. So hopefully we don't have to rely on him as much as we did last year, but he's obviously a great veteran presence to have in the locker room. With the departing vets that we had, get CC's back for one more year. I'm excited to have him.
Definitely. How important is the health of Greg Bird?
It's paramount. I mean, he's a potential 35 home run threat, especially at the left side of the plate. Figuring out first base last year was a catastrophe, and mostly because he wasn't available because he was hurt. So if we can get him, 162 games is impossible to expect from him. He's just so fragile of a player, and I don't care at all about him struggling in spring training, because last year he was unbelievable in spring training, and he hit 109 in April. So let's throw the spring training numbers out the window. The only thing I care about spring training is that he's healthy, the foot is intact. So him staying healthy is very important, because balancing the side of the plate with a lefty power can help this team a lot, especially when you have guys like Judge, Stan, and Garrett, all power hitters on the right side of the plate. You switch it up and you throw Bird in there as the cleanup hitter as a lefty. That's a big deal. That helps make pitchers on the other team's brains go nuts, and impossible to pitch us later in games when you mix and match with relievers. So Bird is very important to this team.
A lot of Yankee fans have been asking me what I think the Yankee lineup should be this year, and whether or not to put Greg Bird in between Judge and Stanton, and where to put Sanchez in there. And it's kind of when you start forming that lineup, it's crazy to think that Aaron Hicks might be that ninth batter in the lineup when Aaron Hicks is a very good ball player.
Yeah, I mean, and I'm a big fan of having a good hitter hitting nine. And I mean, the thing is that 1 through 9, they're all going to be good hitters on the team. There's really not going to be a weakness. Even Brandon Drury is probably going to hit 8. He's not a weakness. I mean, he's going to hit 280 probably. That's not a weakness at any point. Like the 9 hitter on the Red Sox, Jack Bell Jr. That guy stinks in my mind. Red Sox fans love him, but that guy stinks. So he's throwing an Aaron Hicks there. Aaron Hicks, when he was healthy and in his rhythm last year, was a very, very good baseball player. So top to bottom, obviously, I just said that Bird's can slot in that 4th spot, the cleanup spot, right in between like a Gary and Stan with Judge in 2nd. Very important to break the lineup up. And Neil Walker will help too, hitting both sides of the plate, mixing and matching with pitchers. So, I mean, a lot of top to bottom is terrifying. It's really tough, sort of like the Astros, to get a better lineup top to bottom than that. I think the Astros still have the edge, but the Yankees are coming for sure.
I asked this question to Jack Curry last week: over and under for 100 home runs between Aaron Judge and Giancarlo Stanton.
I'm going to say under. I think Judge regresses a little bit, and by a little bit, I'd say he hits, let's say 40. I think he hits 40, and there's nothing wrong with that at all. 40 going 50, 40. I'll set for 40 every year from anyone. And then I'll say Stanton. I'd say Stanton hits 50. So that would give us the 90. I think even go Judge 45 and Stanton 50. I think Stanton's bigger year will come in his 2nd year when he's more adjusted to New York and the media and dealing with everything. But still, I'll take 50 home runs and you're down year for sure. But it's tough to just in this park where he can easily just go oppo with the flick of a wrist and hit the ball out. It's almost impossible if he stays healthy to not hit 50 home runs. And that's a crazy thought to say, but that's just how crazy good those two guys are. So I'd say they're going to get under 100. I'd say close to it. It's like 95.
All right.
Curry said.
Definitely. So let's switch gears and talk about your podcast a little bit more. What exactly went into your head that said, okay, I want to make a Yankee podcast?
Well, I mean, I work in Barstool Sports, and almost everyone here has a podcast. And I always have been a person to talk more than anything else. I can talk I talk your ear off, all day. We could talk on the phone for 3 hours. So, I wanted to have a voice, and people have been clamoring for a Yankee podcast from me. Not to toot my own horn, but people wanted it. I thought I built myself up enough as a blogger to gain a voice, and now people want to hear that voice. So, so far so good. I think it's been a good decision. And I have a really good co-host in Tom Scabelli, and so everything's good so far. 4 episodes in, and no regrets. It's been very good.
So who else covers the Yankees at Barstool Sports now?
Me. I'm the Yankee guy.
Okay. Because I know I've had JJ formerly from Barstool Sports on, so I was just wondering.
He had to move. He moved to C, and really had it wasn't his main job anyways. He has a full-time job elsewhere. Kind of just did it as a hobby.
Gotcha.
And I was brought on as a full-time writer, so
that's awesome.
It just worked out that way. Me and JJ are on very good terms. There was no bad blood there. JJ didn't get fired. I don't want that. That did not happen. So,
I know I've had you on my show before, and a lot of the Fuse Nation really like you on my show as well. And before we wrap up this Fusion News interview, what is your favorite part about working for Barstool Sports?
The freedom to do almost anything you want. There's never anything. It's never can I do this? Can I do that? It's why aren't you doing this? There's the freedom to do absolutely anything. If you think it's good content, they'll green light it and let you do it. They have so much belief in us, the big guys, Dave and everyone. So, and honestly, it's the best place in the world to work. I never have any stress when I wake up in the morning. I look forward to coming here every day. And it's tough to say about any job. And every job does become a job for sure at some point. But here, I mean, I'm just this is the happiest place. I mean, these times of stress because you're probably under the microscope of there's cameras in the sky and everything. But I love every part of it. There's nothing I don't like here. It's fantastic.
Eric, last question before I wrap up this interview. Who was the dream interview for you for your podcast?
Dream interview? Tough one. Probably go Judge. I guess. Well, I mean, if we're going all time, Derek Jeter for sure. But Jeter wouldn't probably give me a lot, but it would just be cool to talk to him. Probably Judge or Jeter at this point.
What about a dual interview between Judge and Jeter? How that would be fun, wouldn't it?
I mean, it would also be like talking to the same person because they both give the proper answers to everything. But that would be pretty cool. Yeah,
definitely.
Sure.
All right, Eric. Thanks again for coming on my show tonight, and hope to talk to you again soon to talk some Yankee baseball.
Absolutely, man. Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Thank you. Anytime. All right, Fuse Nation, you just heard from Eric Hubbs, the Yankee reporter from Barstool Sports. Thank you again for watching this Fusion News episode. I will be going live with more shows tomorrow. It's going to be a great day of Fusion News. Again, tomorrow we have a show tomorrow, a show Friday, and more shows next week. Fuse Nation, thanks again for watching. Always be a subscriber of Fusion News. Go back, watch all my other 407 episodes, and I will be seeing you very soon. Thanks for watching, and be kind to one another. Have a great night.